Right, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to go through how to actually start making money and ditch the 9 to 5 lifestyle. We're going to do it with very simple steps and obviously referencing the service company creator program, and I'll go into the support that we offer with that as well. If you're new to the channel, then that'll be good for you to listen to at the end of this video, because I'll break down exactly how the service company creator works in line with what we're about to explore here in terms of actually quitting your job, finally leaving that 9 to 5 and starting that business you've always dreamed of. So let's dive straight into it. So what we want to take a look at initially is a transition from conventional, office job, if you like, or whatever your 9 to 5 is at the moment, and becoming your own boss. And I just made a note that I'll draw from my own experiences in this video, where I worked for lawyers for 11 years at a barrister's chambers. And then we can go through the process of looking at the remote services, actually starting the business, and then actually running it in line with your job as well. Because you can't just create a business, quit your job like that, unless you're lucky and you go and replace your income pretty quickly. Now, if you're not replacing your income that quick, then I didn't. I didn't replace my income for roughly a good 7 months. So, but if you said to yourself right now, will you take 4 months to completely replace your income and quit your job? Would the answer be yes? I'd imagine it's going to be. Because 4 months is always a really, really good time period. And it's actually what we guarantee on the program as well. The replacement of your income inside of 4 months. So the first step here is to identify your niche and your skills as well is something to always explore. What services can you provide, or what services can we outsource? What are your skills as well? If you're skilled in graphic design, or you're skilled, you're good at jet washing, and you want to take that on as a main service, then it's always good to explore what you might actually be good at. Say, for example, you do use an outsourcing model and you have to get someone in, you have to end up doing the job, someone called in sick, something like that, then it's always good knowing what skills that you have available. Now, you can use those skills and you can put them straight online, or like I say, you can outsource. Now, outsourcing, which is our next point here, you can outsource smaller tasks in line of actually getting the business set up and things like that. I've discussed numerous occasions with platforms, Upwork, Fiverr. You get a website done on Fiverr these days for an a template with a load of copywriting for about 150 quid. It's just an absolute no-brainer. I never understand why people are paying thousands for websites anymore when you just really don't need to do it. You can get your SEO and everything like that all done on there as well. Videos, if you're doing YouTube content, you get someone to do copywriting for you, things like that. And the list goes on. It's absolutely endless when it comes to small tasks. Now, also main services as well. Now, as you know, with most of my cleaning companies, I've always outsourced all of the work. I've subcontracted that main bulk of work. So again, something to consider if that's what you want to do. If it is, perfect, it's really, really easy to get set up. And if you don't want to, if you want to be doing the work yourself, then we're probably going to be more looking at evening work, structuring it around your 9 to 5, and obviously getting it done at like weekends and that as well. So the next step is to actually get set up. Now, I've put here, set up your remote service business, because that's what I teach. Once you've identified what niche is going to be the best bit for you, you can outsource certain tasks, or you can just do them yourself, to be honest with you. We literally provide a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to do all of this yourself anyway, to save the money, but obviously you're not saving time, so it's just something to bear in mind. Now, the first steps, we're going to be looking at creating a website, getting set up with like Google My Business, something like that. Really getting yourself online and establish a strong online presence. We can look at social media as well if you want to, or if it's not for you, then you could take a look at doing some networking, local networking, really, really good one. Something like that at the same time before we advertise. Advertising is always going to come into play at some point, because you simply have to advertise in this market with a new startup business. You can do it organically. It just takes a lot more time. Physical service-based businesses, it's, it used to be about who you know. My father-in-law, for example, owns a multi-million-pound window cleaning company. He has never, ever, ever had a website. I'm pretty sure I've probably said this on a video before because it still baffles me to this day. But to give you an idea, like he's worked with the likes of John Lewis and Waitrose. They've actually just lost the John Lewis contract, which the window cleaning alone was something like £40,000 per month, just for the window cleaning, Waitrose and John Lewis. But he's not bothered because he's got the amount of work there that means that he can do it. So it's not about who you know anymore as such. There's always going to be someone that you might know that might be able to give you a little leg up, or put a good word in for you, something like that. But creating a strong online presence with advertising that's the way that we win. Simple as that. As all the guys on the program will tell you, that is simply how we win. With a physical service-based business. Now, the next step is going to be to manage both worlds. Now, like I say, unless you take off very quickly, you're not going to quit your 9 to 5 within the first few weeks. It just doesn't work like that. 4 months is going to be our timeline. Subject to what you're earning. You tell me you're earning £20,000 a month, then okay, realistically, we're not going to get to there in 4 months. You tell me you're earning £5,000 per month, then yes, realistically, we can replace that income pretty quickly. We can scale someone to £5,000 per month inside of about 16 weeks. So it's going to be a case of balance. Now, when I was working for lawyers, I used to go out and take phone calls every 2 minutes and was, a one-way trip to getting sacked. Thankfully, I didn't. I handed in my notice before they could sack me. But you need to make sure that we're managing the best of both worlds, and you aren't going to lose your job, and you still got that regular income. And also, there is no reason why you can't run one of these businesses alongside your 9 to 5. That's the way that the business works. It's remote, it's outsourced. There's no reason why you can't run this alongside your 9 to 5. So if you've got good earnings, you're already earning 5, 10, 15, 20,000 pound per month, and you want to add on an additional income stream that's 5, 10, 15, 20,000 pound per month, then no brainer. You're doubling your income. If you enjoy your 9 to 5, that is. If you hate your 9 to 5, then obviously quit. but if you enjoy your 9 to 5, then there's no reason why you can't run this alongside the current business as well. So we can also use project management software as something I wanted to add in. Calendars, obviously things like that. Apps, they're going to keep you staying nice and organized. Meet deadlines, because you will begin to get deadlines with the new business, things like that as well. And it's going to really, really keep you on track. It's just something to bear in mind there. Now, client-based building, client acquisition, whatever you want to call it, that is the next step at this point, because we want to be growing the business. So you set everything up. We're managing it alongside our current 9 to 5. Now we need to start reaching out. So client-based building, obviously, you can do a whole video on this on client acquisition. You could do a whole program on client acquisition. But initially, we're going to start reaching out with small networking, offering different services around social media, things like that. Starting to build an email list, start building out your CRM. You gain experience and positive feedback, and we start posting that online as well. That in turn is going to, give you that client credibility, and then we're going to advertise. Now, the advertising will probably be looking at something like Google, but not a high lead cost. So we're not going to be looking at pay-per-click, for example, from the outset. We'll probably look at something like local services. And that alone is going to see the business absolutely boom from the outset. Low lead cost, low ad spend. That's really, really going to watch the business grow pretty quickly. Along with the organic side of stuff, then you've got a one-way ticket to quit your 9 to 5 as soon as possible. So that would lead us on to planning your exit strategy. Now, again, this is something that you could do a whole entire video on, exit strategy, which I'll actually make a note of just while we're on this video, because it is really important. Because honestly, I didn't do it very well when I was working in London. I got completely fed up. I was drained. I was knackered. I was working all the hours under the sun, trying to get my cleaning business off the ground with no guidance whatsoever. Working till 2 o'clock in the morning, getting back after a 13, 14 hour day sometimes, and then working till 2. I remember doing a 4 o'clock in the morning once, just endless emails and no guidance whatsoever, which just didn't work out for me very well at the start. So I didn't plan my exit strategy very well. I saved money. I saved all the money that I made. I put it into a business bank account, which is great. And got to the point that I could start paying myself an income, and I did replace my income. But it was all very slapdash on my part. I was actually having a conversation with one of my cousins and told her how fed up I was, and she said, "Well, why don't you quit?" And then I remember speaking to my wife, girlfriend at the time, and said, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow. She said, yeah, go for it. That was it. So don't do that. Plan your exit strategy properly. Make sure you've got good financial stability. You've got a good client base. Consistency of businesses coming in, so you're actually replacing your income properly. And then once you feel that all of those align, that's going to be your best place to actually quit the 9 to 5 properly. You've built a successful remote service business that's continuing to grow. It does require dedication. It does require strategic planning and the ability to adapt, which you will do pretty quickly, especially once you quit. But the contractors are going to help you. You can outsource certain tasks. And if you join the service company creator, then we're here to help you as well, every step of the way. So let's move on to how we can help at the service company creator. So if you are new to the channel, if you're new to hearing about the service company creator before, I'll give you a bit of an insight on how we work. So like I said, we are step-by-step, full hand-holding mentors, if you like, business coaches, whatever you want to call us, friends to a lot of people in the program, where I help people with one-to-one support and guide them through every step of the process of starting their own business, physical service-based business, and quitting their 9 to 5. The program is a comprehensive initiative designed to assist aspiring entrepreneurs. We help them establish and grow their own business, and we do it with online tutorials, number of one-to-one calls at the start of the program, educational materials, part done for you. So all your documents are all drafted for you. You literally don't have to lift a finger when it comes to documentation, which, to be honest, alone is worth thousands of pounds, because it cost me an absolute fortune in time and money to get all of these documents drafted. When I was first starting my business, it was hell, to be honest with you. If you decide to do an accreditation, for example, we've literally got every document that you need to get that accreditation sorted. An accreditation alone for me would usually take me about 2 weeks to complete, drafting documents, everything like that. Honestly, you could literally do it in about 3 hours. So, even if you're charging yourself out at £250 a day, you're saving £2,500 just on documentation, to give you an idea. So the one-to-one calls at the start of the program, and then unlimited guidance when it comes to your customer success manager. You've got a dedicated customer success manager, and group coaching. We have a beginner's team, we have an advanced team. So 2 calls every week, twice a week. It's all recorded as well if you do miss a call. So we are friends to you, but more importantly, mentors. We are going to hold you accountable, which I think is really important. I haven't actually put accountability on here, but actually it should be one of the top ones, because you can't just come into the program and hope that we're going to do everything for you. We're not. We're going to hold your hand, and we're going to guide you through the whole process. But you got to hold yourself accountable at the same time as well. But in all fairness, the process is easy when you know how. What's not costing you actually costing you. So that says it all, really, and that's from one of my mentors. So the next, I've mentioned the business coaching, I mentioned the one-to-one mentorship. Onboarding support's really, really important, because we don't just throw you in at the deep end and say, go and start a business. We onboard you properly, and we help with actually coming up with your niche as well. We're not just going to ask you to come to us and create a business. We're going to help you with what business to create, which is a really, really, really big difference. Community and networking opportunities are all involved in the program. Obviously, you're going to meet like-minded individuals that are creating their own businesses, and you'll see guys on the program that are making a hell of a lot of money these days. H, for example, owns Montage Services. Check out his testimonial on the page. We took H from 300,000 to £1 million. And granted, H was already making some money when he come to us, but we've more than doubled his turnover, and that's within the space of about a year and a half. And again, there's numerous individuals, Motolani, Fabio. They're all on the testimonial page on the YouTube channel. So check them all out, because they're all doing really, really well. Really nice guys that you will meet on the program. Some of them are really dedicated. They turn up to every group coaching session, which does make a big difference. Access to exclusive resources. Sorry, that's my final one as well. So yeah, the last one, access to exclusive resources, which again is the really, really important bit, because all of these documents are drafted for you, and that is no word of a lie. As soon as you come in, you have access to a Google document template, which quite literally shows every single document that you're going to need, health and safety policy, any policy that you can think of, which it may not seem like you need it right now, but you do. And when it's there at the click of a button, my God, is it easy, because you just got nothing to worry about. You're just top and tailing it with your new business. We're also keeping up to date on red tape our end as well, so that we can continue to monitor the program, make sure it's up to date with red tape regulations, government regs coming in, both in America, in Australia, and in the UK as well. So you can imagine how busy we are day in, day out getting all this done. And that's it. So in conclusion, the Service Company Creator is going to help you with step-by-step guidance on how to create your own business. And we are not just going to leave you hanging. We're going to hold your hand throughout the whole process. So I hope this video helps. I hope it is going to help you ditch your 9 to 5. You've got some good steps there that are going to mean that you can do that. At the same time, if you do want to speak to me, or you want to speak to one of my team, and you want to see where we can help, we literally do everything on a 30-minute phone call these days. It's just a discovery call. There's no obligation whatsoever. What you can do is click the button, the link below this video, book in a call with me and the team, and explore some more about the Service Company Creator. By all means, take a look at our website, and we can help you get set up and get started that business that you've always dreamed of. Apart from that, guys, I will see you in my next video. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.